Hi guys, it's Tracy. I'm back with another card video. Today I'm going to show you this see-through acetate card. I was inspired by Mary Polanco. I did actually make two cards on today's video. They are both identical. Let's get started. I have here 4 pieces of die-cut cardstock in the black. I did use my reverse confetti striped frame die, and I have 4 pieces of white cardstock that have been cut to fit inside that striped frame, and my piece of acetate. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. On the back of the 4 die-cut pieces, I went ahead and put double-sided sticky tape. I've removed the backing and I'm getting them ready to adhere to the acetate card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch. I could have used glue, but I wasn't sure if the glue would adhere to the acetate correctly, so I played it safe and used double-sided tape. It was a little bit trickier as I didn't have the wriggle room that I would have had if I had used glue. So I'm sticking the third piece onto the second piece here with the sticky side up, and I'm going to press the acetate down onto it. This is so I can get it lined up correctly. Getting back to the acetate, I don't actually use acetate as such. I find it very hard to get here in Australia and it's expensive when I do get it. I went to Officeworks and bought some clear binding covers, which are available in the DIY binding section. And I find that an excellent alternative to acetate. It's a little bit thicker, but I think that makes it more durable for card making. It's not very expensive, and if I can find a link, I'll link it down below for you. So I'm just adhering the last piece of the die cut pieces to the acetate, taking care to line it up, making sure it's straight. And it's time now to adhere the white pieces of card that I have to go in the centre. I'm looking at it thinking, I could have made this as a shaker card, but that'll be for another time. So I'm using my Kokuyu tape runner. Now I think I've pronounced that correctly. It's available from Officeworks in Australia, and it comes highly recommended by Jennifer Maguire. So I'm sticking these white pieces in front and back. This gives the card a nice finished look and also covers up any adhesive. Being a clear card, you don't want to see any adhesive that's showing through from anything you've glued down from the other side. I'm happy with how this is looking so far. Opening up, looks really good. There's plenty of place to write my message, and so I bring in the other card that I had made before the video. Now it's time to move on to the stamped image, and I'm using my favourite stamp set, Altenew's Build a Rose. It is a layering stamp set from Altenew, and as I said, it's my favourite. The colours I have used today are Soft Lilac, Lavender Fields, Deep Iris and Midnight Violet. And for the leaves I have used Bamboo, Parrot, Moss and Olive. They are the Altenew Crisp Dye Ink Pad range. I'm going through now and I'm doing the different layers of the flowers. You start with the lightest colour and work your way up to the darkest colour, and as the colours get darker you can see the rose builds in intensity and it looks very realistic. And it's hard to believe that it's actually a stamped image. The Misty is a very invaluable tool when you're using layering stamps. It helps you to line up your layers correctly. It also helps with your other stamping to get your stamping straight, especially sentiments. It is an invaluable tool and I would recommend a Misty to anybody. There are other stamp positioner tools out there, but I have found that I like the Misty the best. So I'm just finishing up the last couple of layers here on the rose, and the last layer I stamped twice. It just gives a bit more definition of darker colour, and I think it makes it look even better. And finishing the last layer on the leaves as well. I did need more leaves and I went ahead and cut them out and stamped them out separately after I'd done this, but did it off camera. get the coordinating dies and I cut out the flowers and the leaves and get them ready to put them on the card. So I'll spend a bit of time here organising where I'm going to put things on the card, aligning the leaves with the flower, and then remembering that I don't want it too far down on the card because I don't want it to be seen much on the inside. So I'm happy with where I figured out where I'm going to put them, and I'm now popping them up with some foam tape, and then I'll stick down the leaves. To stick the leaves down, I use my Ranger Multi-Medium in the mat, and I've got it in my syringe, which is fantastic for the precision application of glue. And I'm taking care here to put it where I want it to be, and making sure that the glue won't be visible from the inside of the card. Some of the leaves need to be trimmed, and this one I trim it down to about 3 leaves so that it'll fit under the rose better. So I'm just gluing the leaves down here and getting the card finished, and I know I need to do this for the second card as well. I'm happy with how things have turned out on the front of the card, so I check inside to make sure I'm not too bothered about what you can see on the inside that's coming through from the front. I do the same to the other card, so they're both looking identical. Check both the inside of the cards to make sure I'm happy, and then it's time to start thinking about the sentiment for the outside. So I've got the card here in my Misty, and I'm using this little hello stamp that I found in my stash. I've had it for a long time. I think it came on a magazine as a freebie, one of the craft magazines. So I've got getting it lined up there, getting it onto the door of the Misty, and I'm stamping it in black VersaFine. And I get a good impression first up, so I'm pretty rapt about that. I get the second card in, get it stuck down with the magnets, and because it's already on the door of the Misty in the right spot, again, it stamps perfectly. And that's the beauty of owning a Misty, perfect stamping every time. It's time now to put some bling bling on my cards, and I'm using these silver sparkly rhinestones from Uniquely Creative. I'm using my Tim Holtz pokey tool here to assist me to put these rhinestones on. I won't bore you with the whole process of me putting them all on. You get the idea. And I'll show you the completed cards in a moment. So here they are, the cards are now finished. I've got the bling on there where I want it, and I'm happy with how the cards have turned out. Just checking them out now. I love the look of the acetate and the fact that they're see-through. You've got the area here on the right inside to write your message, or on the left as well. And I'm not too offended by what you can see poking through there from the front. And on the back you've got enough room there also to put your handcrafted by stamp if you want to, or even a sticker. I'm going to put a sticker on mine. And the second card here looks exactly the same. Thanks very much for watching today, guys. If you'd like to head on over to my blog, there'll be a post there in a day or so with some up-close pictures of these cards. And if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would really love that. I do plan to keep on doing videos for you. Have a great day, and bye for now.